Hello friends, Shrikant Soman here, your fellow traveler on this incredible life journey. In our earlier episodes, we began our quest to understand the Bhagavad Gita by first moving beyond a narrow approach to truth. We adopted a seeker's mindset, learning to distinguish between the temporal and eternal aspects of wisdom. In our last chat, we explored the challenges that our own human intellect presents in this process. We saw how our intellect can, at times, hinder our understanding of an ancient text. Now it's time to build on that foundation. This episode is all about the right approach to truly grasp the Gita's wisdom. We'll explore the two crucial conditions for making a scripture a living influence in our lives, and what happens if it becomes a dead relic of the past instead. This is how we keep the Gita relevant for today's world. Let's begin. Relevance of Gita in today's world and its practical benefits. Instead of getting into some exclusive club of philosophists, we are therefore more concerned here about what is useful to the present-day humanity. We want to understand the actual living truth it contains. This truth is timeless and therefore valid even today. We want to leave aside the academic aspect in order to extract from Gita helpful wisdom for the present-day humanity. We want to put the eternal wisdom of Gita in the most natural and vital form and expression. Our approach needs to be suitable to the mentality and spiritual needs of the present-day, new age humanity. Noting the pitfalls of our approach. In the process of making our discussion more practical and relevant for today's times, we need to realize that there is a danger of diluting the wisdom as contained in the original scripture. We are aware that our attempt to do this may mix a great deal of error arising from our own individuality. It will also be influenced by the ideas of the present time. But then anyway, this type of susceptibility was also there in the case of greater men before us. It is bound to happen. Right approach in understanding of Gita. Living in the spirit of Gita. In order to rightly understand and then to present the true essence of Gita without falling prey to the above pitfalls, we need to comply with two conditions. Firstly, we should immerse ourselves in the spirit of this great scripture. Secondly, and most importantly, we should try to live in that spirit. This will help us to find in the scripture as much real truth as we are capable of receiving. Benefit from the spiritual influence and actual help that personally we were destined to receive. These are the main aims of writing the scriptures. The rest is academic disputations or theological dogma. Scripture has to remain as relevant to today's times. In order for any scripture, religion, philosophy, and not just the Gita, to be of living importance to mankind, following criterions need to be fulfilled. They need to be constantly renewed and revived and not allow them to get stale, rigid and morbid. There has to be a continuous reshaping and development of their stuff of permanent truth in the light of changing circumstances. This process has to be done in the inner thought and spiritual experience of a developing humanity and not just restricted to the intellectual exercise. Scripture not to be a dead relic of the past. If the above conditions are not followed, the scripture remains as a monument of the past, may be a glorious and magnificent monument with a great historical value. But it will have no actual force or vital impulse or practical usefulness for the future. In other words, it will not be living influence on present-day humanity. It will only be a dead relic of the past.